it to light really on social media. But if you dive through if you dive through the account, it's an interesting ride. Someone has some deep-seated issues in their life. I'm so nice though. Hey Lee, how's it going? But yeah, like some like crazy stuff happens to people all the time. So it's always highly important if you're a creator and you get sent something, before you unbox it or before you go live, make sure you remove all information from it. Like remove all the stickers. Like it's important to make sure you do that, because you never know the kind of people out there that are watching you or lurking. I'm saying that as somebody that recently had someone that I just linked in chat that is kind of crazy. Same for any beverages you may drink from like Starbucks. Super important. Hey, Pretendosaur. I'm kind of paranoid about even recycling boxes without removing my address from them. Yeah, like it's really important. I know it's crazy to, to think about those things and even consider removing them just at the small off chance that there might be somebody out there that, wants to do harm, especially if you're like, you have a family and other people like living in your household. Like for me, I have 2 kids and I have a husband. Like the last thing I want is some crazy person, coming to my house sort of situation. Not to add fuel to the fire, but I was watching Pirate Software and he said he no longer brings packages home because he found a geotag in a package one time. Right. Yeah. So like anytime, so unless it's like I've had people that like follow me, ask me if they could send me something like, oh, I have like this extra like keyboard that I don't use, this extra webcam. Do you want it? The answer is always no. No, I don't want it, because it's not like, it's no offense intended. But at the end of the day, as much as I might know you online, I do not know you offline, Hello, ma'am. We're going to unbox something. And I just hope that, no one would ever take it personal that like someone would like turn down an offering for something. Kitty. This is Pepper. You guys, Pepper is, if you're like first timer here, Pepper's kind of famous. About 2 weeks ago, on this treadmill back behind me, Pepper decided to throw up a projectile vomit that was like this long. About 5 minutes after I'd started my stream, it was traumatizing for me. I almost like just wanted to like die. Yeah, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. I was like, I can't believe she just did that. Yeah, it was just, I can't believe you did that. That was embarrassing for you. And that was embarrassing for me. She is. She's a drama queen. The problem is Pepper loves snacks, just like all of us. And if you fill Pepper's bowl up, Pepper will eat her entire bowl in about 2 seconds. Way too fast. We need to stop that, right? We cannot eat food that fast. And then she just immediately throws it up. One of our cats ate 2 bowls of turkey chunk food and tossed it back in front of guests right as we sat down for dinner. Oh, that sounds like Pepper here. Pepper's my little thick and nugget. Does she eat plastic like my cat does? No, no, she doesn't eat plastic. She just eats her food really fast, and I guess, I don't know, I just don't think pets can, like, handle eating, like, scarfing down their meal so fast. Nothing to wake you up from a deep sleep like that. Herk. I'm so sorry. I know exactly what sound you're talking about. The barfing sound in the middle of the night, or I'm so sorry for what I'm about to say, but the sound of your dog gobbling up their own butthole. I don't know how else to explain it. If you have a dog, you know what I'm talking about. It's like in the middle of the night. It's disturbing. I kick my dog out the moment my dog does that. Okay. Let's get professional here. If there's something you need to know about me, I am goofy. I am silly. It's just who I am. I like to make excuses and say it's because I'm a boy mom, but I was this way before I had boys, so it is what it is. Pulling up something really quick. All right. So, I saw this post on Twitter, and it was asking if any creators were interested in checking out a Scimitar Elite wireless gaming mouse. So this is what I have here. And just to give a little bit of like background story, I have used MMO mice since, let's see, I want to say when Rift came out. Rift came out around, what, 2010, 2011? So I have been just a huge MMO mouse user. I currently rock a Logitech G600. It's a few years old. This is what I'm so sorry. There's probably like grody stuff in there, but this is my current mouse. It is wired. The cord in it, if I'm being honest with you, is going bad. So when I saw this deal to check out a different MMO mouse, I hopped right on it because I've had my current MMO mouse for maybe 2 years, and the cord is already going bad. If you've seen my streams, you've seen me complain about how my mouse is just not tracking right, and it'll stop tracking, it'll slow down, and it'll just give me issues, and it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem when that happens. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Welcome in. All right, so let's unbox this. Hey, thanks for the follow, Echo. Hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, so let's get to it. This is the Scimitar Elite wireless mouse. It was sent to me by Corsair themselves. So I do believe that would be a hashtag ad when I upload this video. So this is a MMO gaming mouse. 16 fully programmable buttons, adjustable for any hand size. I do have decently small little lady hands. It's a reliable, low latency wireless mouse. So this is actually my first wireless anything. I'm fully corded right now. I have a wired keyboard. I have a wired current mouse. I've never used a wireless mouse before. I've never used a wireless keyboard before. So this is kind of exciting for me. I'm moving up in the world. Right? It's a pricey mouse. Okay. So let's go over the back. It's a low latency sub 1 ms wireless connectivity plus Bluetooth. Patented 12 button adjustable key slider. Comfortably fits any hand size. 150-hour rechargeable battery keeps the game going for days. 16 fully programmable buttons for advanced MMO play. An ultra-precise 26,000 DPI optical sensor. Welcome to freedom. I'm honestly very excited to not have a wired mouse. I can't, like, really seriously, if I could show you my camera right now, my current wired mouse gets caught on the back of my desk. I fight with it all the time. I don't know how many of you guys use wired stuff. You like my kitty? I should have gotten a box cutter. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this. I hope they don't want the box back. You love Corsair products? I've been wireless since Rift, funny enough. I bought a tool one time that fixed the wire hanging issue. Really? What kind of tool was it? Okay, let's see. We've got warranty guide, safety. Okay, so warranty guide. I'm guessing that is the charging cable. Yeah, thanks, Corsair. All right, so here is the mouse. Of course, my camera is just like, I would not like to participate in. And then I am left-handed. So, okay, I'm left-handed and I have only ever used a right-handed mouse, which is wild because I've actually talked to a lot of left-handed people who use their mouse in their left hand. And that is insane to me as a left-hander because I didn't even know that was a thing, right? So I'm a left-hander that uses a right-handed mouse. Hey, Travfast, good morning. Followed after seeing your Cozy Gamers post. Stoked to catch your stream. Well, hey, welcome in. I'm left-handed too, and I could never use my mouse in my left. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, but they make left-handed mice, which is insane to me. You're left-handed and use it right-handed as well? Okay, so this is really comfortable. Let me plug it in. I don't know what that was. Corsair's probably watching this. Like, we really gave this little lady a mouse to check out, didn't we? They're like, yikes. They're like, we really like gave this little lady a mouse to check out. Plug it in, plug it in. Yeah, so this is the charging cable. So I think it might have to charge. I'm fairly certain it has to charge before I can use it. You can still use it while it's charging. Interesting. I guess you're right. All right, I'll plug it in. I'm guessing it can be used as a wired mouse as well. So like maybe if it dies, you know, you can still, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like you won't be without a mouse. I feel like maybe I should unplug my current mouse. Where are you, buddy? Thanks. The good and bad thing about this microphone is it's very sensitive and like a skin touch will turn it off. I was saying I will be recording a video actually going into more detail with the mouse and for my YouTube channel. So just like after, you know, thoughts after using it and everything. Hey, what's up, buddy? It's right there. Sorry, my little scavenger wants the old one. Okay, bye, sir. All right, we got it plugged in. We got her all plugged in. You saw him sneak. I didn't see him until he got really close. I was about to like regret everything if the mouse wasn't like working and he already took my other mouse, you know? Like if I plugged it in and it wasn't like working and he already ran off with the old mouse, then I would have been doomed and unable, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have been like, "Whip." All right, so she is plugged in. So she is a wireless mouse once again, but she's plugged in and she's charging. And she's got beautiful rainbow action going on here. Now, I do believe there's some software I can download. I have been using MMO mice, like for real. I've been using MMO mice since 2010. I've not used another mouse. I've not used another style of mouse uh for like 14 years. And it's wild because I play mostly MMO RPGs, obviously, which is why I have the mouse. And I play primarily on my mouse. I use maybe 1 through 5 on my keyboard, but then most of my binds are a combination of my mouse buttons. So I will use mostly all the buttons on the side of the mouse. And then the way I use them is that I will reuse them by binding them with a shift combo. So a lot of MMOs, however, you can set up keybinds or macros. And hey, Captain Slothbeard. So I will, for example, I will heal using like 1 through 6 on the mouse. And then I will put some non-important stuff on the last half because those are a little bit harder to hit at times. And then I will do like a shift 1 combo. So I'll hold down shift with my keyboard finger and I'll hold 1 down. And so you end up having 12 binds with the first 6 buttons, for example. Yeah, no, I am somebody that just maximizes the use as of an MMO mouse. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I've always played a healer. And when you play a healer in an MMO, you're not, especially in a current time MMO, when you play a healer, you're often DPSing as well as healing, especially in Final Fantasy XIV, especially in a lot of like WoW scenarios, the healers will be expected to damage. So you need a lot of keybinds. You need not only your healing keybinds, but you need your DPS keybinds. So MMO mice are huge for healers. You said, wait, 2010 was 14 years ago? I'm gonna need more coffee to process this. Yeah, I'm a 37-year-old woman. I've been playing MMOs for 20 years, and I've been creating MMO content for 14 years, off and on. Yeah, but not only, look, this is another big brain strat for anybody that hasn't thought of this before, especially my MMO players. When you bind a mouse, you can actually create keybinds that have you on a scroll up and scroll down. So, for example, when I'm healing in a dungeon and I need to cleanse or interrupt a target, I will scroll up to cleanse. Like you can create a keybind to scroll up, and that's my scroll up. I'll just flick it up. It already has cat hair on it. I'll just flick it up and that's my cleanse. And if I want to interrupt something, if I'm a DPS class and I want to interrupt something, you can scroll down. Like there's so much you can do with a mouse, especially as an MMO player, that I feel like maybe a lot of MMO players just haven't considered. And if they have, maybe they're big brain like me. Maybe they just have a massive, huge brain. I miss mouse over heels in Final Fantasy XIV. You can kind of do it, but it's clunky. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV, I definitely, when I started healing in Final Fantasy XIV, I definitely struggled because I'm so used to mouse over healing. There was a lot of times where I would find myself spam healing myself and going, oh, that's right, there's no mouse overs. The craziest thing about being an MMO player is seeing how different everyone's keybinds are. Yeah. So as for my keybinds for a typical MMO, I use up to 6 on my keyboard. So I'll use 1 through 6. Ideally, I use 1 through 5 because that's just, where my fingers can kind of spread out and reach. And then I'll fully cover my MMO mouse buttons. I can usually get everything between 1 through 5 and like 12 MMO buttons. Sometimes I will start using like C, V, Z, X for buttons as well. Like I do everything in a comfortable, like reachable position with my hands. Yeah, like my hands, I really do have fairly small. Like I know it's really hard to see because I feel like oftentimes like a camera might make someone appear bigger than what they are. I'm a very small individual. I'm only 5'2". I'm 5'2" and I'm fairly small. A lot of people think that I'm like really tall. I don't know why. Whenever people find out that I'm 5'2", that know me online, they're like, "I thought you were way taller." And I'm like, "No." Okay. 6'6" energy. All right, I'm gonna download this IQ. I think it's called pronounced IQ. It's ICUE software, and I'm gonna hook it up with my mouse really quick. I use Q, E, R, F, and V with my fingers. The rest I use mouse for. So 1 through 12, and then I do Shift plus 1 through 12. I do a lot of that too for my mouse. I'm gonna pull this software up so you guys can actually see it when I'm setting it up, just so you, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, it's installing. Yeah, so there will be, okay. So for everyone coming in, and hey, Spooky James, today is Once Human launch. Once Human launches at 5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to be live for a couple of hours today. I have no idea how long I'm going to be live for my first stream. I don't ever really do 2 streams in a day. In fact, this might be the first time I've done 2 streams in a day, but I wanted to be part of the Once Human launch, which means I needed to be live at 5 p.m. But I've been really into like hitting my stream schedule and not missing. So I wanted to like hit my official stream schedule, which was like 8 a.m. today, and then go live again at 5 p.m. So if you guys are around at 5 p.m., make sure you pop in here for, what is this? Proof. Make sure you pop in at 5 p.m. for Once Human. I'll have drops. So for Once Human, not everybody has drops. It's just selected people that are in the content creator program. So if you are watching a streamer for drops, make sure they do have drops enabled for Once Human. Okay, let me see if I can pick up this and show you guys. That way you can kind of see what this software looks like. Is that too small or is that okay? I don't really have anywhere to fit it. I'm like, I don't have anywhere to fit it. Ma'am, the cat thinks that the box is like a scratching post. Hey, Shade Jonesy. All right, so we have our mouse. Got it. I think it's updating its firmware right now. Yes, 5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern. Hey, Upliked. The cat's gonna just absolutely annoy the crap out of me today. She's already starting. Tua Hawks, pro skater. You look, real talk, I absolutely loved growing up playing Tony Hawk. What do you stream with? I've only ever used OBS Studio. I'm using OBS Studio. What does abstract mean? What does interstellar mean? Can't really see it really well because it's so bright in here. Let's do rainbow. Oh, wow. So this, okay. So this software that comes, this software tells me how my computer's doing, which is kind of cool. Like I'm running 54C for my NVIDIA GTX 370 Ti. That's kind of cool. All right, now where do I go to set up like keybinds? Let's do. It's charging. All right, we got to figure this out. Dashboard. Next. 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 And if you're just coming in, I just unboxed a mouse that Corsair sent me. This is the mouse, and I'm just kind of going over and setting up the software really quick before I jump into the first Descendant. It is a... And ignore the box. It's a Scimitar Elite wireless mouse. I had some struggles getting into the box, okay? I went and got groceries before this. It's why I was running a little late. I was like, I gotta go get groceries before I get in. Add a new software profile. No. Okay. How do we set up? Does anybody have a Corsair? How do you, like, I know there has to be a way to do this. I think I found it. You double click the mouse. Okay. So we want to do DPI, I believe, is, let's see here. So 1,200. What do you guys keep your DPI at? Loving the tech talk. Technology is one of my favorite topics. Oh, really? Since I'm unemployed for the time being, I've debated getting that THPS 1+2 game on PC, the remake. You put the DPI on max, you just let it zoom. Oh boy. Nope. Oh my god, it's so fast I can't. Okay, it's so fast. That was such a bad idea. It went up to 26,000 DPI, by the way, and I couldn't even see the mouse to, like, fix it. It did have the zoomies. 400 DPI? You're at 400 DPI? Is it bad that I like it at maybe around 3,000? Does that sound high? I mean, what sounds high was the 26,000 that I put it on. You think, okay, okay, mine's like I think I like mine around 2,500. 2,100 is a sweet spot for me. Okay, key assignments. Got it. So I need to do the side of, wait. Let's do the side buttons. So I need my side buttons to correlate with my num keys. Now I don't know how to remap keyboard. There we go. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so I bind my side buttons to my num buttons. I don't know where you guys bind them. I've heard some people do them to like their like F1, F2, F3 buttons. I put mine, and hey Frozen Death, I put mine on my num buttons. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this, but since it's like my, did I do that right? Since it's like my, you know, first time using this program, this is what I've discovered. I hope it's gonna work. I guess we'll find out when I'm in a game, right? And it works or not. Why? It's automatically assigning them. I'm nervous now. Hey, how's it going, Riki? I used to love customizing stuff, but I've become lazy in my later years. Just work. I've played around for 45 minutes. My first session game looks really good. The First Descendant. Yeah, I'm really loving The First Descendant. Okay, let me get rid of you. You don't need to be here. Okay, so we have, I hope I did that right. I just feel like, mm, I don't know what button that is normally when I put this in. Like, what button do I normally put there? Okay, so that, okay, I see. So that's at 1, that's at 2, that's at 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's nothing on 6 for this. So how do I put, I want you to be at 6. There we go. I think I gotta press it over here. 7, 8, 9, 10. What would be 10 though? Like that's what I don't know what I had on my, I don't know what I had on my other software. Or I don't know what's bound in my game, I guess is the problem. I like the First Descent better if it allowed actual character creation. Like like if you yeah, but then it's definitely like a hero shooter. So I feel like if you create, and look, I love character creation too, but I feel like if you um created a character, then it would kind of defeat the purpose of them releasing, playable heroes and stuff. 10 is 0. Thanks. I was totally struck because, like, I don't know, I bound these keys in all my games to be certain things. So I was just like, I don't know what I actually bound those to. And you're saying 12 is equals? I don't see an equal. I don't know what I had it as. Well, worst case scenario, I rebind it when I get into my game and realize it doesn't work. Good morning. How's it going? You said my layout may be slightly different as I'm on UK keyboard layout. All right, it should be working. Actually, what is device memory mode? Surface calibration? Oh no, it's making me calibrate. Let me show you. And I am not very good at it. Move the icon in a spiral. Keep the speed of the mouse in the green zone. Oh god. Oh god. Come on. Oh, I messed up. Come on. This is way too long to be spiraling about for calibration. It's like, oh no. Shit. 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 This is a long process. Have you ever had to calibrate a mouse before? I've never had to calibrate a mouse before. This is fancy. I believe in myself. 60%, 65. Come on. My wrist is getting tired. Sweating it out. This is my morning workout. Hey, Hegel, how's it going? Good morning, good morning. Instead of heroes, they could release new power sets that include cosmetics. That's true. All right, my mouse is calibrated. Let me get the game up. Once again, if you just came in, I got sent this Scimitar Elite wireless mouse from Corsair. I just showed it off, checked it out, plugged it in, and now I'm going to play a game with it and see how it goes. It's this beautiful baby right here. This beautiful baby. The sweet baby. And it is wireless, but it's charging right now. It's wireless, but yeah, she's charging because, obviously she needs to get a little juice going on in her. She needs to get some juice flowing in her veins. Yeah, fancy side buttons. I'm excited to check it out. It feels so new. Okay. I can't open... Okay, it was... I couldn't open Steam with it because it's so new feeling. It's off to a great start. Off to a great start. Let me scoot up. That sucks. I haven't had that. Sometimes they won't finish their sentences. The story / cutscenes for TFD are amazing though. I have one question about TFD. I have cutscene crashes issues and it's common. Is this an issue for low-end PCs? So I've not crashed once in this game. I've not had one crash, but you're about to see my camera go to shit for a second. I do have CPU issues when loading the game. That's my only problem, is when I'm streaming and playing this game. Only when I'm loading into things, my camera starts majorly struggling. But it doesn't last very long. Oh, really? You've had it crash on you? I love this game. Honestly, this game has been so much fun. I was live for I was live for like 7.5 hours yesterday streaming this. I don't want to see my FPS in the game, at least not a FPS dependent game like Naraka Blade Point. I'm enjoying TFD way more than I thought I would. Yeah, me too. I'm honestly enjoying this way more than I thought I would as well. My only complaint is I just want them to optimize it a little more. Like, I just feel like it's not super optimized. I've had to turn my graphics down quite a bit, which makes me feel a little sad on the inside. All right, so yesterday I had to refarm. I had to refarm for Thunder Cage. It sucked. But what happened was, you know, the quest and the mission, and a lot of you guys might know this, and if you just started playing, you probably don't know this. So let this be a lesson to all. And hey, Average Mike, currently farming points for... Yeah, Glay is who I want very badly. So let this be a lesson to all. The game is going to take you through a quest to craft a Thunder Cage. Do not dismantle it. You will need it later for another quest. You will need it later. I dismantled mine because, like, days went by, and I was like, well, this is just sitting in my inventory. I don't, you know, so I dismantled it. Well, along comes another quest, which I'm about to do right now, where you need it. I don't know. I don't know why I would dismantle it. I didn't really understand. I guess I didn't really understand, like... I don't know. I guess I didn't understand. But anyway, later on you get a quest where you need 2 of them. The game gives you the second one. The game gives you the second one. And I guess here was my problem. It didn't, like... I feel like it didn't tell you, like, the importance of not dismantling it, or, like... And it never said you could upgrade it at the time that I received the initial quest, right? Like, I never... I felt like there was, like, an explanation, like, missing. There you go. So what I just did is I combined 2 ultimate weapons, and then I upgraded it. I kind of just accidentally got 3 to 4 parts for Freyna and Valby, so I figured I should just unlock them. I got my parts for Freyna, like, really fast. Like, after, like, 1 to 2 tries. I don't know if I want to mess around with this and see what it's like or not. I'm torn on it. Let me go turn this quest in. Whoop, I gotta go this way. Wait, maybe I don't turn the quest in. What happened to the quest that I just had? Hello? Complete research on divine punishment or talk to Kyle? You want to hear something stupid I did? So, I have an official creator code for the First Descendant. I signed up to the creator program on a new Nexon account. I don't know why I did it, but the Nexon account connected to my Steam account is a different account. So when you go and enter my creator code in, it says that there's no account made for the account. However, I think I can still get the rewards and transfer it to money or whatever, and maybe, I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming it goes to my PayPal. But yeah, I just realized that, like, I have 2 accounts. I didn't even realize it. And it's too late for me to log into my new account to play the game because I'm so far in. Hey, Captain Skillsy. Yeah, I agree. I would have dismantled mine if it wasn't seeing a streamer advise not to, and that you use it to infuse another one. Yeah, like, I had no idea. Like, I had no idea, so I dismantled it. It sat in my... The problem was it sat in my bags for 3 days. Or not... It sat in my bags for, like, at least 2 to 3 days. And I was like, okay, well, this is low level. I don't know what to do with it, so I guess I'll dismantle it, you know? Sweet! Look, guys! Okay, so... My new mouse works. The keybinds work. Because I had this bound on my 5th mouse button on my old mouse. And it's working on this one, so we set everything up right. That was incredibly easy.
Let's talk.
Super easy to set that up.
Immature kids like Luna don't...
Descendant, only you and Luna can hear this. Destroying the spectral digger will attract more Vulgus.
I didn't realize it could grapple
Kyle is
Colossus
blinded by
parts
revenge.
for far too long.
If we allow him to continue, it'll become more difficult to dissuade him, which will make it harder to assume control over the area surrounding the red sphere. We must make Kyle understand. This is the only way we can...
You mean like
achieve our
in
goal.
like the boss fights?
Don't worry, guide. I have prepared something very persuasive. Would you take a peek inside my mind?
this might do the trick. Go ahead, Luna.
Just you wait. I'm gonna persuade that tin brain nutcase straight away.
I can't find the dang synthwave playlist that I had. Oh, there it is. For some reason, it was like not in my. There we go. This game is the perfect game to listen to synthwave to. Not lo-fi. Lo-fi's for cozy time. This is synthwave time, okay? We're here to rave at 9:42 in the AM. It's explained in the boss intro. Yeah, it is. But sometimes I don't know if you guys are like me, but my eyes glaze over and I skip some stuff. Hey, Internet of Games, how's it going? Bold move setting up new hardware live, not gonna lie. Yeah. I suppose it was a bold move. And yes, Once Human is, you guys, I'm streaming Once Human at 5 p.m. tonight. It is almost 10 a.m. here. I don't know if I'm gonna just be live all day or if I'm gonna take a break. I'm undecided, but Once Human is happening at 5 p.m. Either gonna have 2 streams, or either I'm gonna get addicted to this and time's gonna go by and I'm not gonna realize I've been live. There's no pre-download, unfortunately, at least as far as I'm aware. Oh my god, this mouse feels so smooth. We have an ad right now. Last day on your stream. Synthwave? What do you mean? You can left click mouse or repeatedly to break the part. Hold right click when the boss is trying to drop you. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like, peace, I'm out, Synthwave. I was like, no, I love Synthwave. Oh boy. You know what I feel like this game is missing from it? And, I think healing potions, right? Would you guys like a healing cooldown type of thing? Like, not just like stepping into the healing things that drop, but like an actual like healing cooldown. You know, like an oh shit, maybe like a 3 usage type of, oh boy, I'm getting my ass kicked right now. Maybe some sort of like, you know, healing cooldown. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this without somebody else. This shit's brutal right now. I haven't, are you talking about the bot? That's Frosty Tools, and I haven't paid for it, and I keep meaning to pay for it. Hold on, let me see if I can try to kill some of this stuff off. I'm just getting absolutely pounded right now. Hello? Yo, I don't know why I was getting so destroyed. You recommend a break? I'll remind you. Don't want me to go too hard. But yeah, Frosty Tools is a really great tool for streaming, especially when like ad breaks come up. You can pay for it. It's only a couple bucks a month. I just keep forgetting to pay. And the features that you pay for are just a little bit more like in detail and catered. They're very nice. Totally worth paying for if you can remember to pay for it. Oh, thank goodness, I have a +1 now.
Now smash all the kite.
No, I honestly would never do a 24-hour stream. Like, really, I don't have the stamina for a 24-hour stream, nor do I think it's a healthy thing to do. This is so much better with other people. I think not having healing encourages the co-op operation this game promotes, yeah. But sometimes I almost like, I would rather like queue up for a mission and wait for it to fill. Sometimes you do a mission and you know, nobody else joins you. I would rather like be able to like queue up and then just wait, you know, just wait. And let it put other people in with me. Instead, it just like starts you right away.
Will also be dust soon.
I'm okay with no queue for open world missions, but I love public queue for non. Yeah, yeah. But I think that there should be an option, like maybe not even a queue, but like a beacon. Like, hey, I'm here at this, like a ping, you know, on the map, and it maybe it would like alert people around, or I don't know, some sort of system that's like, hey, I'm here at this mission. Come on over. I don't know where to go for this. Hello? What are we killing? I have a feeling it's one of those like things where you collect the balls up here, but like how do you get up there? I can't get up.
I found my teammates' home.
Other side?
Collected what they left behind.
God, I could not for the life of me figure out where to get up at. Those are my least favorite ones. The ones where you have to like do a lot of like jumping and stuff. Yeah, they completed it while my dumbass was trying to figure out where to go. So I don't have to do it. Hey Rogue, how's it going?
They're making my ears bleed.
Great, good, good. These and the escort missions are my least favorite. Yeah, me too. Escort missions and then the missions where I have to like collect those balls. I just don't like them. I don't know anybody. Does anybody actually enjoy an escort mission? Because I've been playing MMOs for a long time and I've never once gone, oh boy, an escort mission. You know, I can't wait to RP walk across the map and protect this person or this thing. Nope, never liked them. If the escort mission didn't drain shields, had a wider area to walk in and move faster, I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, it's really hard. Well, not necessarily hard, but annoying to do an escort where you're taking damage and your shields are getting drained.
Kyle here.
So you constantly have to like step out of the escort, let your shields recharge, and then pop back in an escort, and it's really hard to do it alone. It's not so bad when you have another person.
What to do, Luna. Keep your nose out of this and get lost.
Damn it, can't you just hear me out for
Hey
once?
Ish, how's it
The
going?
bodies of
Escort
your
missions are
colleagues
fine if the
some of
AI isn't dumb and they travel at your pace or there's something you can ride on while moving.
What Luna says. Is it true?
I do kind of like them. They suit my lumbering old man style.
We ran an analysis on the remains and found that they matched the list of fatalities from the incident.
Jeez. And did you forget what our actual target is? The Iron Heart, Kyle. The Iron Heart.
Which can Glay even do escort missions? I don't know. I have not actually played Glay yet, so I'm not 100% sure.
From your colleagues.
You know who really sucks on escort missions is Bunny, because Bunny is squishy. And you either have to run around in a tiny little circle on Bunny, or like, I don't know. I don't like doing escort missions on Bunny.
You're right. I'll come back. Over.
I'm good, just, you woke up at 9:20? I woke up at 4:50 in the morning. I woke up so early. I gotta stop waking up so early.
Let's talk. I almost made it.
Everything okay? Looked like there was a bit of commotion or something. Anyway, I think we found something. My excavation equipment and Luna's sonic survey both seem to indicate...
Is there a zone after this? Get my little leaf blanket. What? Really? Oh shit. This game is much bigger than I thought it was.
Now, where was the next excavation?
Reach level
region?
40 and rank 9. Nice.
We found something strange when we were looking for traces of the ancient ark.
The Calico may be from the same era as the ancestors, but I think they must have died out before I was created, as there is no information on them in my database. Or access
Is there
to the
a mission
information
like
may
right
have
here where
been
I... Oh
secretly
no, no,
blocked.
it's right here.
There's so much I don't know yet. I wish we could find data that I don't know or don't have access to. Then I may understand the real reason for my existence.
They finally blessed me with a purple shotgun. Look. This is the first purple shotgun I have gotten. Hello? Excuse me? Wait. God damn it. How am I gonna... I'm just trying to change my weapons out here, okay? I'm just trying to change my weapons out here. Yeah, in the game. This is the first time I've seen a purple shotgun. I have a machine gun. You see 2 to 3 per mission? What? Like, really, like, I love using a shotgun as my third weapon, and I've been using a blue shotgun the entire time. The shotguns handle pretty well here. Why would that not meet the junk filter?
Footsteps I could hear. It was you. I'm so glad. I couldn't concentrate on anything because of the vulgus. Maybe they're throwing a party.
You
or
like the
something?
pistol? No, the pistols are OP.
Havoc on them.
Yeah, for a while I couldn't get a hand cannon to drop. All power weapon, launcher, shoddy, sniper. The gun you want right now is the Tamer. What am I supposed to do with you? I don't think you're part of the quest, my bad. Carry on, random podium.
They were really boring, and now they're suddenly really active. Watch out. Ugh, that seems to be one of the vulgus who started this horrible
I
fight.
hate shield users.
Take care of him. Still noisy. You gotta keep moving if you're gonna ruin someone else's party. Hold your ground.
I think exquisite yellow items trigger the not junk filter, maybe the combine later. Freyna is pretty good against the shield guys. Yeah, because you can like put her toxin out on him and it just kind of like does the damage to him. The gun you want is the Tamer. Yeah, was that you? Were you in here yesterday talking about the Tamer? Somebody was talking about the Tamer yesterday. Tamer's wild. Is it a machine gun? Tamer is a light machine gun. Really like hen cannons, lots of high round power.
Okay. Sample to the supply box.
Watch your feet.
Damn it, Vulgus forces have appeared. I hope no one gets hurt. Although, come to think of it, isn't this an urn?
Good morning. Just want to say thanks for a chill place to lurk the days I work from home. Hey, thanks. Welcome in.
Sorry, not a good time.
Where's the other node? Oh, it's up here. Oh. Okay. Oh my god. I thought I was gonna fall to my death. It's like one of those cases where you think you're in deep water and you put your feet on the bottom of the ground. I'm working on upgrading my thunder weapon with Bunny. My go-to right now is Nevistra or whatever it's called. I don't... Can you get ultimate weapon drops? Or they're only craftable?
We have to succeed no matter what, if we want to widen the gap between us and them. Our supply box is waiting for the sample to arrive.
What's next? Hello?
Great. We extracted the data as quick as we could and found out that they were also storing Calico bones. Now, I have to try to figure out why.
This amplification radar can boost the accuracy of the amplification equipment. And even me. So don't mess it up.
That's so weird. It took that quest a bit to end back there. I was like, hello? Is a quest over? They may drop... I only say this because you can, in theory, buy them from the gun seller. I see. I just think it's more... I don't know. There's something more exciting about getting a, like, weapon drop than crafting it. For me. And I know that you have to, like, get the parts to drop and then you can craft it. But I don't know, there's still something more exciting about getting my actual, like, weapons as a drop than...
Oh no, an uninvited
I don't know.
And it's after the radar.
It's not needed. That was not needed. I played just enough to unlock Bunny, but I can't stop grinding Diablo. Just have 4 more Paragon points to unlock, and hopefully I can take a break. I feel like Diablo's in a pretty good place right now. Oh shit. Hello?
It's here to ruin our operation. Take care of it.
Where is it?
We got some pretty clear data from the radar. I think we can find where the Calico is buried with this. Thank you.
Found it, finally. Hurry, get the guide and come here.
All right, Luna. But before we go,
I crafted the
there's something I want to
Harlequin
share.
quest or crest or whatever the helmet is called. Got a rogue and now barbarian to level 100. Very nice. Oh, where is this quest?
Do you remember the bone sample we took from the...
Guide, I understand that we have to move quickly, but I'm sorry, I can't. I'm feeling dizzy from all those sounds I was exposed to. Ugh, everything sounds like noise to me now. I don't think I'll be able to handle it.
I can detect RK even from the entrance. Do you really think the ancestors experimented on this animal? I wonder if this is why they created a weapon using...
I absolutely suck at this.
We've delved
I
this
can't
far
grapple
into
to
the
save my
past.
life.
Time to discover an ancient secret. I know the Vulgus are also desperately investigating this place because RK can be detected here.
I'm just letting the bunnies do all the work.
Unlike other locations, there are many broken bones here. I think there may have been a conflict at some point. I will check to see if I can detect substances other than RK.
Finally beat the Devourer, nice!
Despite my expectations, I can find nothing other than RK. Given that only RK can be detected. Perhaps it's used for the attack itself. Why did they have to build such a powerful weapon? I want to know. If there were any ancestor facilities still remaining.
I feel like we're all killing stuff so fast.
I expected nothing less from a descendant. Lord Corral needs your arcade to take the last Lionheart. Come!
The Vulgus also discovered the existence of a weapon. And figured out that they need
That's one hard boss with his regen ability. I don't know if I've done Devourer or not yet. I don't think I have.
either of them had been killed by the Vulgus, it would have been used to activate the RK weapon. These are the ruins of the ancestors. They're connected to the place where the Caligo is buried. It might be evidence that
Devour was probably the most difficult Colossus I fought outside the Hanged Man, which I still haven't beat. Yeah, I don't know who I just fought. I'd have to look.
Battery algorithm analysis complete. We must destroy the enemy batteries in sequence. Second enemy battery prime. I will try to remove the security protocol.
Is the battery that important? Are you afraid of me?
The removal is almost complete. Descendant, destroy the last battery and protect the data. Security protocol removed.
Welcome, Descendant. This Ironheart needs arcade. You should be honored. Your arcade will be used for Lord Carell's grand plan.
Oh shit. Had the toxic bad. Look, you think someone's gonna come in there and like res you in the toxic? You gotta scoot your ass on out of there. God damn.
My shields! Damn!
Damn it, I'm stupid. I thought for sure I'd be able to dodge out of that really fast.
Watch out! Now's not the time to stop.
Come on, get that last ball down.
Guide code activated.
Whew.
30% of data records accessed.
I'm not stupid, just special. I thought for sure I'd be able to dodge out of it really fast.
Descendant, I have discovered the goal of the development of the RK weapon and how to use it. The RK weapon.
I feel like whoever was designing the characters in this game was 115% an ass man.
Just get to the point. Welcome back. I've read the reports.
Hey, this is Reyna. We've detected unidentified phenomena around the red sphere. The floating stones are moving. Requesting reinforcements.
Don't worry, it's just the guy.
What's going on in here? I've been playing the crap out of this game. Hey, Calibrated. Hey, Norbert.
The guide really does have
Nice day 4.
The situation is favorable.
Has it only been 4 days since this came out?
Hurry.
When did this come out? Because I've been no-lifing it. Been no-lifing it all weekend. I don't even know what day it came out. Hey, Venorberto.
Magisters are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think?
What weapon did you say was really good? They definitely were an ass person. It's nice to see someone good at their job. I love it. Oh, Tamer, it's a drop. I got you. Yeah, so I haven't gotten to Devour yet. I just did, I guess, Dead Bride was the latest one I did. Devour is next. Yeah, I'm scared. I hear he's really hard.
You have something to ask of the great Reyna? Oh, seeing you makes me feel like I've...
It seems I've caused quite a scene. Fortunately, Luna was able to quickly explain the situation, so things could be settled.
Albion should thank me. Jeez, I can't believe a great artist like me is being bounced around some battlefield.
I really think he's the hardest of Colossus outside of the Hangman, and by hardest I mean most difficult. Yeah, I've definitely heard people talking about like struggling with that boss.
See you at the operations site.
Hey, I'm coming too. See you soon.
Oops.
It's Kyle. Don't look, keep moving.
The others take teamwork to a certain degree, but Devour, you need your team to be on the same page.
We'll bring the tactical armored vehicle when it's safe.
I thought there was another person with me doing this, not gonna lie. I'm like, I could have sworn there was someone else standing here with me. Is this game good or just a mindless grind? It's a grind, but I think it's pretty fun.
There's another enemy unit there. Eliminate.
I can't stop playing. Hey Lotu, how excited are you for Once Human? I think people will really enjoy the game. Hey, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I can't wait. I'm making a special stream tonight, and I never stream in the evening. And I never stream twice in one day, but I've been so good about my schedule that I didn't want to like move my I didn't want to move my schedule around and change it to an evening stream. So I was like, I'm going to stream a little bit during the day, and then I'm going to take a break. And then I'm going to come back for the Once Human launch. Are you going to be playing it and streaming it? Yeah, it's tonight. Bad touch. Your goodness. Okay, hold on. Ugh. I may pick it up as an off-stream game for myself. I wish you best of luck. I'm a horrible evening zombie. Oh, I am. We'll see how it goes. Usually I don't stream at night because we just have a lot going on and like with my husband, like he's raiding tonight in WoW, so he's gonna be in the office raiding at the same time that I'm streaming. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm very particular when I stream. I like to have almost the whole house to myself. I don't like anybody else in my house when I'm streaming. Thanks for the follow, Nathan. Fair, you're the same. I don't know. I find it a lot easier to stream when I'm the only one home. Oh boy. Whoa! This stuff is getting spicy.
Shield is damaged.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Weird. Damn it. less distractions from the other half. I don't like the feeling I could be interrupted. Hey, Ice Vamps. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. I may pick it up after finishing the Dawn Trail story. Hi, Micah. How's it going? What level's your Freyna? 40. Although I should probably look to see if I got any upgrades. Nether, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Unfinished study, also good. I really love just the machine gun. Sometimes you gotta get out of my nether world to enjoy some stream watching. You will find the tamer around White Knight Gulch. Okay.
That's it.
Alright, let's try this again. This might actually be a different one. Hello, healing. Can we get some healing drops?
Shield is damaged.
Oh boy. Oh boy, pain.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
Second bolt disappeared.
Hello, bunny? Ooh, 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 it's a little squinty face. S'mores, big boy. You guys here to save me? Last minute?
Shield! We're almost there! Don't give up!
I love it. I love it when I like drop into a mission and it's like right at the end and I get credit for it.
Here's the last bolters we have to take care of. Finish them. Very good. I have a special performance.
I feel like
for
that
you
should be
at-
the end of that.
Hey, don't cut me off.
Yep. I feel like I should have increased blue drop proficiency earlier to help with master rank. These missions are so difficult to solo. They are kind of difficult to solo at times. Thanks for the follow, Hakuina. Welcome in. Yeah, I only play with Death when Death wants to play. I wouldn't enjoy this game solo. I like it solo, but it like most of the time I get people to play with me. You know what I'm saying? Randoms. So it's not so bad, but every once in a while you get like a mission where like you don't fill your group, you know? Like your group doesn't get filled. I think that we should have an ad soon. Did we have an ad play or not yet? Because I have got to use the bathroom really quick. Let me just go to this safe zone. Play an ad really quick, and I'm going to use the restroom. Take a first break after 2 hours. I'll be right back. I'll be back. I'll be back. And hey, Hot Queen, have a good time solo. There's only a couple of mission types that aren't solo friendly. Yeah, alright guys. 3-minute ad. I'm going to run to the bathroom, and I will be right back.